Hey everyone, this is Lisa Emerald here, and we have our mystery guest, Lewis. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Also known as Foxy Moron. Right.
Oh, okay, so right out there.
Yeah.
No more mystery
Oh,
behind it.
yeah. No. No. Yeah. That's because I don't want it in the title. I don't care about the video.
Okay, good. Then it's all good, man. So let's start off really simple. So, how old are you and where are you from?
That's it. Hello.
Sorry, it's cutting off. I knew it would
Oh,
happen.
okay. No, I'm 23. I live in England.
Okay, very
Yeah.
simple to the point.
Nottingham. Nottingham, where Robin Hood's from.
That's awesome. I can tell with the accent too. And are you studying now, or are you in school? What are you currently doing?
I'm job searching. I'm job searching. I've got like an interview on Thursday, and I recently had a job for like 5 weeks, like doing warehouse work. But I got sacked because my anxiety played up, and I got barely any sleep, and I turned up really sleepy, and they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" You know what I mean? And it was valid as well. I was not in a good way. But look, sleeping pills.
Oh,
You know,
really?
yeah. I
Uh,
thought just for those early starts.
yeah, are they really addictive, you find?
I've never tried them. I've not even tried them. You're supposed to give them a test run as well because they can give you a hangover. Like,
Really?
so, yeah, a hangover. It makes them sound really shit, don't it? It makes them sound
Just a
terrible.
bit. I heard that they're super, super addictive, though. It's the kind of thing that, like, you can get hooked on just wanting to use them, you know?
Yeah, maybe like I could imagine myself getting hooked on like weed, for example, like just to get to sleep. Also, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think all meds are like recreational drugs. You can get hooked on anything, so it just depends on the situation, on it? Like the person and which drug, or.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Honestly, dude, I've been thinking like I usually sleep really well, but I've been kind of insomniatic lately. I'm considering some sort of sleeping pill. Like yours is, did you have to get a prescription for yours, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you can get them. Like, I doubt you can just get them. You need a prescription. Choking on words, but yeah. If you tried weed, I don't know if your work colleagues watch this.
Oh, it's all good. Everybody watches my videos that I know.
Yeah.
I have, but honestly, for me, it brought up more paranoia. I find with you when you have social anxiety, it can make you more paranoid, you know?
Weed, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, I hate weed. I hate weed. It makes me feel terrible. It makes me so
Mhm.
paranoid and
It
so
definitely
like,
like yeah, like out of it, but honestly, like it can definitely help you pass out, but there's just way too many other side effects that to me it's like not even worth
yeah.
it, man.
That's what I mean. It'd just be a case of like sucking a bong, like just to go to sleep. That's it. You know what I mean? Just to go to sleep.
Yeah, but it's like
That's it.
you feel like also just like hungry all the time and lazy and just
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
why
know.
it doesn't matter if you just go to sleep in 5 minutes, does it? No.
Oh, but I'd get up and eat like a whole pizza, dude. That's the problem.
No, I've never got the munchies on it myself.
Really?
But there you go. Oh no, I think maybe once, but but usually no. In fact, usually I get less hungry, but that's just me. See, it's all
Really?
circumstantial. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember
But
vividly because for me it's been years. I haven't touched in years, but when I did, it's like I ate like a giant bowl of stir fry, and then I remember I stole my brother's and I ate his whole plate. I just was like out of my mind.
yeah, yeah. I've seen people do that stuff.
Yeah, it's not really
Nah, it's
worth
pretty
it.
horrible. Low blood sugar. I'm sure you know this stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Actually, I used to have like
Like,
problems with blood sugar too.
yeah. Why? How come?
It's called hypoglycemia, and I don't know why. I would just get really bad sugar crashes, but I changed my diet and it got a lot better, so.
Yeah, yeah. I've heard about that. Actually, hypoglyc whatever, glycoma. Is that another thing?
It is actually I think glaucoma has something to do with your eyes, if I'm not wrong. I think it's
Oh, it
something else.
probably is. Yeah, yeah.
But nice try, man.
Yeah. No strange noise. Could be when you like someone eats your eyes. Yeah,
Ew,
it's
yeah,
quite normal
something.
now.
Yeah, let's get off that topic, man. But on this topic,
Okay,
actually,
okay.
of sleeping pills, like, have you ever? Well, first I'll ask you, have you ever been officially diagnosed with something in terms of mental illness?
Oh yeah, yeah. Social phobia. Like they didn't say I've got depression, but I used to be in a psychiatric hospital, and
Wow.
Yeah, I got diagnosed with social phobia, but they tried to get me on mad pills as well at one point because I was stacking chairs and stuff like that. I was just being strange, but I was actually the only person in the hospital not on medication. Like there's like 45 people inpatients, and I was the only one not on medication. That was weird, but yeah, I've been diagnosed. You know, they don't necessarily know better than me or you or some person I meet on a Facebook group. You know,
I agree.
like because they
And
don't really know you that well just from 1 hour or whatever, do they? You know?
yeah, no, that's the problem. A lot of people get completely misdiagnosed. I think also social anxiety is a new diagnosis. I don't think that used to exist, but it used to be social phobia, like you said, and then they changed it to social anxiety. If I'm not wrong, it's a different thing now.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But it's a similar idea, but I think the name is kind of indicative of the fact, like social anxiety, the fact that they know there's more to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
say with other phobias, it's kind of sort of simpler. Like social anxiety is kind of more complex than say I don't know phobia of lifts or something. Usually that's just something a lot simpler. You know what I mean? So I think calling it an anxiety disorder is a better explanation. I think.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. It's true. Did they try and like at the time put you on any meds and you refused, or did they not even bother? Like what happened?
They suggested I go on like anti-strange meds. That's what the doctor called it. He's the head of the whole hospital, and he called them anti-strange meds. Like I was, yeah, I was just
Wow.
on a stack in chairs for attention in a psychiatric hospital. It was quite strange, but I just said, nah, I don't want it, and he was like, okay. But yeah, I mean, I tried sertraline, that's Zoloft, and it didn't do much. It gave me diarrhea. But yeah, I didn't give it enough time. It just made me tired sometimes and give me the shits. But I just didn't give it enough time. So yeah, I'll probably go back on that. Give it a try.
I've heard some people say like I think it was even Silence Within Me. You know him in the community, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, of course you do. And I think he was saying one of the medications actually like made him just feel like a zombie. A lot of the social ones make you feel just like you're not yourself and you're just kind of like dragging yourself through life, apparently. I've never been on anything, so I don't even know, but that's what I heard.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I figure like if it's anti-anxiety, right, then it's probably going to be a downer, right? Whereas
Mm.
depression pills, which they usually use depression pills for anxiety anyway, but if they use stuff that's solely for anxiety, it probably make you tired and stuff. You know, if you know what I mean, that'd be the bad side effect if there's going to be one. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the difference. Like Prozac can, some people it helps their SA and it gives them more energy and lifts their mood all at the same time. But like, you know what I mean? It's like taking Xanax and I feel like shit. But yeah, Silence with me, he called me a piece of shit on a video. And if Stefan, if you're watching this, Foxy Moron here, like, no beef or anything. Like, I love his videos and everything, but I just, I hope he watches this. Trinky watches these videos.
I'm not sure, man. I'm a bit smaller in the YouTube community, but he is subscribed to me, so perhaps maybe give him a little shout out there and see if he replies to you.
Yeah, yeah, but you make videos though. Like, that's really important. Like, not many people with, I mean, it's understandable. People with SA, it's harder for them to make videos, you know. But like to me, like that's what I've been wanting to do for a long time, you know.
Yeah,
I've just been
yeah.
kind of putting off mainly due to anxiety, you know.
Yeah, it is hard. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be completely truthful with you. There's some days where I'm just like, what am I doing? Why don't I delete all my videos? Everyone knows everything about me. This is so scary, you know? I have those moments where I'm like, is that kind of what happened to you? Did you end up deleting the majority of your videos? Because you probably had quite a few vlogs, right?
Yeah, I had 90 actually. I remember this probably makes it sound like I'm up my own arse or something, but like Johnny said, I have 50, and I'm like, no, 90, no. But yeah, no, I privated all of them, I deleted all of them. I because someone I know found them, and I thought he might just, if he gets spiteful, like he can he can turn on people kind of. I like him in that, but he's unstable and stuff, and he can turn on people. Also, he can just show it to people, and I felt embarrassed, you know, because you know how
Yeah.
it's about like even though you know people in real life that watch your videos, like that is an extra kind of line there. You know what I mean? You've got over it, and that's really good. But do you know what I mean? It's an extra line of anxiety. So
Yeah, I feel like so many people are not able to do it. I don't know why I was able to just go like here I am, guys. Because I think, like I've told some people before, it's like the reason I do it is like, what's the worst thing someone's gonna say to me? Like, I'm too honest about my life. Like, that's the biggest insult, you know. Or if they want to pick apart some of the things I admit in my videos, it's like, okay, so I admitted it. What are you gonna do about it now? You know? I mean, that's about
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. I like it. Yeah, yeah. See, I don't want to start people like when I'm talking to someone with SA. I think like I don't want to say all this stuff and start them thinking like, what if they're someone that's already over it? You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah,
like say I was watching David Weston, like,
yeah.
and he was saying about the universe and everything. And he was saying like the observable universe is like an atom. What did he say? Oh, it's like the observable universe is like an atom to the base. Oh, I can't remember. But he was saying, you know, in the grand scheme of everything, it's just you just shouldn't worry about it. It's obvious, but it's just like even talking about this stuff, it's kind of silly in a way because it's like it's just crazy. It's just insane. You know, that's what I just dismiss SA as these days. Just nuts. You know what I mean? Just totally fucking nuts. Because you're gonna die. You know, like being frank about it. You know.
I guess it really depends on your outlook. I mean, you got to make the best of your situation. Everyone has such different beliefs. I honestly, like, do you believe in anything yourself? Because I don't even know. I'm lost. I'm just going about my life, you know, like la la la, not even really believing in much. But
Believe in anything.
yeah,
Kind of a smelly liberal and kind of smell and hug trees and stuff like that. Yeah. Um, no, I watch like politics. I like the Young Turks. You guys, everyone should check the Young Turks out. And secular talk. I follow politics a lot
okay,
because
that's cool.
I grew up miserable. I grew up really miserable. My family's disadvantaged. My brother's 20 with anxiety. You know, I was housebound for like 8 years. You know, his whole life, I think he's on Prozac. I hope he doesn't see this. Oh my God.
Don't worry, man. This is just gonna be on my channel. Like, I'll keep it as anonymous viewers, so most likely,
Don't
um,
worry, I don't think. Oh God, that's so awkward. Anyway, no, don't worry, don't worry. Life's awkward, but yeah, I do believe I'm very passionate about politics, like about like life. Just some shit so unfair. I grew up miserable and I saw it and I see it in my family. Used to live in a hostel for 2 years, you know, like and that's like example. Parents with that are crazy, thinking of Jesus. Parents that walk around looking like they're drunk all the time and stuff like that. Seriously, like, and it sounds funny, but it's so not funny. It's
no,
clearly serious.
yeah,
Like, so yeah, I'm passionate about that stuff.
yeah.
But I sound like I'm trying to conscript people here, so I guess I'll shut up for a moment.
No, don't worry about it, man. Honestly, I don't know why I hadn't met you before. I'm really glad since you're the one that reached out to me. I'm like, this guy's awesome. He seems so like energetic. A lot of people in the community are very like held back and careful with their answers, and you're just like out there. Like, this is my kind of interview. I like this. Have you also done
Yeah,
therapy for any of this stuff before? Like, have you sat down and spoken to someone about your past?
yep, yeah, I've done that. Like as an inpatient, as an outpatient, like yeah, even in a hostel, like even with the hostel staff, because they would talk to you, you know, like they would kind of counsel you. Like one of the members, this guy called Will, is like he's really smart. Like he's one of the smartest people I've ever met, and he's like he wants to work with what is it, offenders like in prison, so they don't reoffend basically. And yeah, I've had a lot of that stuff, but you know. I honestly, I value more online. Like people online understand better, you know. Like absolutely, I'd recommend people go for it, yeah, and do it. Like with psychiatric people and whatnot, yeah. But like honestly, people online understand better. They really do.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you, man. I was so surprised by that because, like, honestly, when I did one of my first videos, they did it on social anxiety. I didn't even know social anxiety was like a thing. I didn't know there was anything. I just started talking about it and then I started looking and I was like, oh my God, there's so many people. Like, that's probably the biggest mental health community on here is the social anxiety community. I was like, what did I find? You know, I was just in shock. I'm like, there's other people like me.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you about that. I'm surprised that you like. Well, you just told me you made the video about it, and then you realize the community's there. That just kind of spins my head out a bit. Like, wow, that's. I'm sure you're not the only one, but Like,
Yeah.
you might be the only one that's actually a major vlogger, but there you go. That's pretty
Yeah.
crazy. That's
It
crazy.
did
I mean,
surprise me.
hmm, I guess, like, because you went straight into it talking. That says that you're good at being open with it because you went straight into it. You know what I mean? Speaking instead of looking for people speaking about it. Do you know what I mean? And that's a good thing that
Exactly.
you like. Like you're not anxious about being anxious, maybe.
Yeah, and you know what it also means, which a lot of people don't believe, that I actually have social anxiety since I talked about it before I knew what it was. And nobody really knows that on my channel. I honestly thought it was something I made up. I was like,
Yeah.
I never bothered to Google it. I just started talking to my webcam one day, and then when I started looking it up, I'm like, so many people are scared of interacting with other people. Like, I honestly thought there was just like general anxiety. I didn't know social anxiety was like a thing. I was just so surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is and it isn't. Like, it's kind of a thing. I mean, like I was speaking to someone earlier. I was coming out of my local job centre, and someone said, you know, are you looking for work right now? And then he said, the first thing he said to me is, do you have trouble? Like, no, what was it? Are you okay talking to people? You know, so like,
Mm.
it's it's totally it's just like people understand it. Most people do. They just don't understand it to the extent when it's debilitating. Like,
Yeah.
because it's a totally different animal, really. It's just I don't know, it's kind of a head spaz, but it's a thing and it's not a thing because like I don't know, anxiety is anxiety. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all in your head. Do you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
it's kind of all the same in a strange way. I'm probably not making that much sense, but
I think I know what you mean, but like what matters is if it stops you in your life or not. Like you said, if it's debilitating. Like for you, has it been something that stopped you from living your life?
well, do you remember me saying I was agoraphobic for like 7 years,
Yeah.
like from the age of 11 to 19? That was really, really depressing. It's like a black hole, you know. And before
Mhm.
that, I was really shy, hardly spoke. I probably counted as just some selective mutism kid, basically, more or less, like at school at least. Um, so yeah, absolutely. I've been through like the depression of it, you know, like,
Mm.
but yeah, absolutely.
But they tie into each other so
Pop on your
much.
channel.
And what? Yeah, you did. Don't worry, man. There's been a lot worse than my channel. I've had to delete some hangouts in the past. I'm like, whoa, this hangout went too far. But this one's okay. This one's still, I wouldn't say PG, but we'll say 13 plus, so it's all good. Um, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wanted to say how it's crazy how I guess for you your social anxiety brought out like depression a little bit, whereas for me it was a complete opposite. I was started with depression and I isolated myself, and then I became scared of people almost. So it's like they work, everything works together.
Yeah, absolutely. They perpetuate each other. You know, you don't need to look at social anxiety books to work that out. You know what I mean? They have these
No,
literally they have the cycles. You know what I mean? Like, what? No to what?
but I meant yeah, I know we're out of sync. It's just like whoops. I meant no, you don't have to look at a book. I was agreeing with you. No, you don't have to look at a book to know that.
Yeah. Or but if you do look at any basic freaking dry kind of book, it does perpetuate. You yeah.
Sorry, my internet is being
Hello.
really bad. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can. It's just so out of sync. I'm like, stop it. I don't know why it's doing this. With Johnny, it was like perfectly
Okay.
synced, you
Yeah.
know? It's my internet. Lewis. Oh.
You sure it's yours? Like, is it saying like now it's saying on mine your network connection is experiencing difficulties?
Oh, then maybe it is yours. Mine hasn't said that yet, but I was having a lot of problems with my connection. As long as we can understand each other like 80% of the time, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, should be fine.
I wanted to ask you, like, since you were saying that it helped you a lot, like YouTube relating to people, who at the time, like, when did you start on YouTube, and who really influenced you the most in the community, would you say?
Well, like a lot of people, probably like Zach Mason's a major one.
Yeah.
I like David Hamilton. Like he's not as big, but he's really really good. Um, I like someone called No Social Anxiety, Emily Patrick. She was like she put it in a nice kind of clear kind of way. This Australian woman, but now she's not got a channel up or anything.
Hmm.
Someone to her boyfriend. I don't know, someone to her boyfriend like cheating on a boyfriend or something, and somehow that made it all go to shit. I don't know. Weird that,
Oh.
but like yeah. But like you name it, I've watched it. To be honest, like I'm not exactly that proud of it, but like yeah, I've watched pretty much all of them, and they all inspired me. You know what I mean? Like all of them. Like Silence of the Lambs is great, like. But it's not even just that. It's like Jonathan Barron. He's a guy like he's not a YouTuber. He's never had essay, but he speaks a lot of sense. Like he's got a website like I know the resources. I've got them on my freaking computer. I've got tons of resources. No, yeah, and I post them on the Facebook groups.
Mhm.
Books. It's ridiculous. Oh, I've read so many books about it. It's kind of crazy. I'm like the hardcore freaking essay person. It's kind of disturbing, honestly. Yeah.
That's why you need your own channel back, man. You would be so good because I'm just listening to you now and I'm like, you know so much of what you're talking about. You know, like more people in the community than I'd ever get the chance to know. Because you have to keep in mind, I've been on here for like half a year, so half these people you're talking about, like either they deleted their channels or I just haven't heard about them. It's just like, I'm just trying to get to know people, and it's like, it's a huge community on here. I mean, Zach Mason, everyone knows the captain. I mean, come on now. But there's
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Did you ever watch Cha Cha Cheetah?
No, don't know who that
No,
is.
no. She was pretty popular. She had like 500 subscribers, I guess. Like, she didn't just do SA videos, but she was really good. Like, spoke to her on Skype as well. Like, now she's deleted everything, her Facebook and her videos and everything.
That's
It's a
the
shame.
problem. Yeah,
But
that's it.
you know what? I don't even think with her though. I don't even think it's the SA with her. Like, I mean, I'm just speculating, but I don't think it is. Like, because she wasn't. I don't know. I think people she knew watched the video. I don't know. I just don't think. I think she maybe was just sick of it. I don't know because she's not got back in contact with anyone. She's not like because she deleted her Facebook as well, right?
Yeah.
It seems like she thought, you know what am I doing? I'm just kind of like dwelling on it. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
She
that's the
just seems like
problem. I feel like there's so many vloggers that could just make it out there if they kept pushing through, like, Raw Sammy, Silence Within Me, they've all been very successful. Um, but a lot of people get scared and they doubt themselves, and in that moment of doubt, they just delete everything. And they could have been big on here helping. Like, that's my goal to help a lot of people. So there's days where I'm like, I want to delete my whole account, but then I'm like, yeah, well, what's that going to really prove to anyone?
yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Just got to like learn to stomach it. You know what I mean? That people are gonna see it, like maybe people and just life's too short for that. But it's like it's depressing, and I say it myself. I've done it myself. I actually did it myself, and people were disappointed. It's just like damn, like we're so easily discouraged. Some people with SA, it's like you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
that's what it is. You're discouraged by what people think. Oh, by the way, does this like is the sound okay? Because like when I did a video with McHenry Cruiser, right, it sounded terrible. Like
Yeah, I saw that. Your sound is much better. When I was watching that, I was like, and he's like, dude, your mic, and I was laughing. Yeah, you're very, very clear. I wanted to ask you, how was your interview with him? Like, how did you guys get an interview going and get to meet him?
just Facebook. I just asked him. I just asked him on Facebook,
Yeah.
and I've asked him since, and he's not like he just we just haven't got around to it really. But like, I mean, he's in Hollywood now, and he's talking about codes. I don't suppose you've seen it, but like he's talking about codes in the TV, like another that's a common schizophrenic thing.
Oh.
And I've got a friend that thinks he's seriously losing the plot a bit. I'm not sure. I think he might be joking, but I'm
Yeah.
concerned about him. I'm genuinely concerned because you know what I mean. If he's actually losing the plot, he's always been like wacky, but I mean, I hope he's not actually,
That
losing
wacky.
grip with reality.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because I know it must be hard to tell. Because it's like, how rare is it to have a comedian that has social anxiety and different things? Like, you don't know if he's joking around, if he's not, what's an act, what's real. It's like, I've watched a few of his videos, and I can see he's very controversial. He gets a lot of love and a lot of hate. Um, I don't know how to feel about him, but I'd have to definitely meet the guy. I've never had a chance to interact with him, but he seems like deep down a really good person. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, he's perfectly nice to me. Like he's always been perfectly nice over Facebook, and when I spoke to him, like I just think, even though he has his douchey type things, but
Yeah,
he's joking. There's your
yeah.
Facebook post where it really is nasty, but honestly, I have anger issues too. Like genuinely nasty posts and genuinely nasty like arguments and stuff. But overall, I like him a lot. You know what I mean? I do angry stuff. I've got holes in my wall. Like Inoue, that guy.
Oh boy, are we getting this gets on the topic every time.
I'm not going to talk about blood because I don't want employers to see this and be like, yeah, this guy's got blood on the wall. But anyway, it's too late now. I'm weird. I've self-harmed sometimes. Like once I self-harmed, I got blood on the wall. But there you go.
But only one time it hasn't been a whole thing for you or anything?
Yeah, just doors as well. Smashed a couple of doors. Yeah.
What brings that out in you usually? It's just if someone says something that rubs you the wrong way, or like what causes it for you?
Usually just an essay situation, like say I try something new and fail or whatever, go to an interview or try and go to an interview and panic at the last moment and don't go, something like that, yeah?
Hmm.
Like it brings out a lot of anger from like years and years of things. So, but I'm not too bad. I'm not like I've never been to prison or something, beat someone up or anything, but like I was on Facebook yesterday and I got told off for comparing like the kind of not likening, but doing a link between SA and spree shooters, right? Because I'd heard
Okay.
about the link. Like Jonathan Barron, that guy, he's made the link, And
Hmm.
I said, I'm not actually comparing you as such, but I'm just saying some of those people are very socially awkward.
Yeah.
But they're sociopaths at the same time. But like, I think there kind of is a link.
Yeah, a few people have been talking
I'm
about
not
that.
saying this about myself. Hello world. I'm not saying this.
I didn't think so, but actually, I've heard because that was a topic for a while, and then people kind of dropped it, and I feel like people are talking about it again, and I don't know what happened, but people are talking like because there's more like you're talking about just shootings and things like that, and sociopaths and all that kind of stuff, right? Like Elliot Rodger kind of stuff, or that kind of topic, or
Yeah, well,
yeah,
yeah, but like some of them are more just straight out sociopathic, angry bastards, like some are more like
yeah,
just more like kind of genuinely SA, like what's that guy, Kit, a South Korean guy in Virginia Tech, he was like, he was SA, he has selective mutism, like chronic selective mutism, That's the link, like I think it's undeniable. There's some kind of at least correlation.
yeah. People get really, really touchy about this stuff, and like, of course, it makes sense. You say anything controversial, especially in the mental health community, and you're gonna get something for that, you know. I try and make my videos pretty neutral ground, but people will still find something to go, oh my god, that was, offensive. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm just
They will
telling my
now.
opinion
They
here.
will now. They will now. After your videos aren't offensive, like
Try not to push the limits. I mean, I find people like Silence Within Me, Raw Sammy, they push a little harder, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to keep it. I like the whole like avoiding trolls on my channel thing. I know that's kind of naive because it's gonna happen. And Inoue, of course, found my channel and had fun with it for a while until I banned him. But
yeah, I didn't notice that, but I think you might have spoken about it, but yeah, I don't
yeah,
think Silence with me and Raw Sammy. I don't know. I don't think they're controversial as such.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people there say, right, and I say this the kindest way possible. I think they're kind of like, they might have been overprotected as kids, like, and like they can have that trait themselves where they're like too cautious and kind of like faint-hearted. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I don't mean that in a nasty way. I'm the same in a lot of ways, but like that's kind of where they get fucked up to. You know what I mean? When they just, I mean, like,
yeah. Well, I know what you mean because I consider it pushing because for me it would be pushing it, but for everyone else it's like that's nothing, like that's not controversy. You want to see controversy go in any other like prank channel or whatever, and that's like these people push the limits. Us in the mental health community, unless you're a troll trying to stir something up, there's not too much controversy. So I find a good way to avoid controversy is to not bring up stuff that happened in the past in the mental health community, or else people go haywire. Do you know what I mean? All the drama, all the everything. I'm like, I am staying out of that. I wasn't there when all this stuff happened, and I'm just gonna not talk
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. I know, it's like, yeah, that's just a group of people that generally are quite, like I say, sort of, kind of, what's the word? It can be a bit tame, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just all kind of getting worked up about a small thing, you know what I mean? And I've done it myself, like, so, I'm just saying it's just not really, it just don't make that much sense, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
that,
No.
that bitty, whatever the word is.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, I'd rather be kind of a peacekeeper in this community. Like, me and Joe Kidwell, we kind of work together in the community, trying to, like, we even give trolls a chance. We try and talk to trolls, see if they're, and, like, sometimes they like him more than they like me, or vice versa. And sometimes we work it out, and sometimes they get banned from our channels. But we try. We give everyone a second chance, which might be a little
Yeah, yeah.
too forgiving, but it's worth it because a lot of people with social anxiety also have other issues. I mean, they could have serious issues, so they lash out at people and they don't really want to cause a problem, but they do it because that's how they are. So,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, I had a guy called me gay. He just left a comment just saying gay. That's it. Like, how like banal is that? You know what I mean? That's just I
yeah,
was embarrassed. Like, really, really,
yeah.
really. How are you just trying to be like just as embarrassingly lame in your insult as possible? You know what I mean? But yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. You just gotta read it, shrug it off. A lot of times if someone like if someone wants to say something on my video that actually makes sense, they're like, actually I don't agree with your point of view, this is what I think, and they're nice about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna ban the person from my channel, but they just keep trolling and trolling and trolling. It's like I know you want attention, so I'm not gonna even acknowledge you. And off you
yeah,
go.
it's very transparent. It's very, very transparent. It's not even worth talking about. Not, not worth our time. Mm.
Precisely. So let's move on from there. Let's not cause any drama. I wanted to ask you, what does social anxiety feel like for you for the most part? Like, what are your main symptoms, would you say?
Ugh, symptoms. Um, well, like you got the mind-body cycle. The heart starts, and then the dry throat, and then your mind goes blank, and you just this person think, what does that person think? What would they think if I do this?
Yeah.
It's generally what people say. It's like people go through similar things, and but like there are subtle differences. Like I feel like 'cause I'm kind of absent-minded. Like I'm self-conscious about that. I can be kind of slow. I'm not the best listener and stuff like that. So I can get self-conscious, and that just makes my mind go blank, and that just makes it all worse. So like that's something. Do you know what I mean? Like the absent-mindedness. That's
Yeah.
something I have more than most people with SA. But like I don't suppose you heard of maladaptive daydreaming.
Sorry, daydreaming, you said?
Maladaptive.
Oh, maladaptive. A lot of people speak about it. Is that something you deal with?
It's, yeah, I fit the criteria.
Okay. How
Like
would you describe it then?
like dissociation basically. Like you know what I mean. It's like you can't concentrate, and you probably think about shit that's just really weird and not anything to do with your life directly a lot. And it's like because say if you watch a lot of TV as a kid or something, if you're a house band for example, like just weird random shit goes through your head. It's like, and I know everyone has that to some extent, but
Yeah.
it's just like overwhelming.
Yeah, like consumes you in your case, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm getting better, but like people with MDD, right? And I think a lot of people with SA have MD, like like the MDD and dissociation. Yeah, like they walk around, they pace, they have like movements like they do while they daydream.
Okay.
Some have earworms where they have music go around and round and round in their head,
Oh
like
man, yeah.
chronic. What worse than yeah, I mean, but even worse than like most people, and well, a lot worse. And I have all of that, and it's
Wow.
it's serious. It's serious shit. Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
just interesting to hear about because apparently, like, that's a symptom of a lot of people, a lot of different disorders. I could be wrong. I think even like bipolar disorder, you can get that. Asperger's syndrome. Just from talking to people on here, I'm learning all this stuff. People are telling me all about like what they deal with, and I'm like, oh my God, like there's so much stuff out there.
what do you mean? Like all the symptoms I said can be linked with bipolar, like and bipolar and Asperger's and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah, because that's the thing. Like, they're all linked. You know what I mean? They're all just kind of names. Like, I mean, maybe bipolar is more like innate or whatever. Yeah. People talk about this in the community. Maybe it's more innate, and it can get set off by things, or in some people it never gets set off, even though they've got sort of the bipolar gene or whatever. Like,
yeah,
but those can really fuck you up. You know what I mean? You made a video about this. Like, they can really fuck you up if you start thinking, oh, it can like be self-fulfilling prophecy. You know?
exactly.
Yeah. Like, as useful as they are, they can also really fuck you up. So
Yeah.
beware labels, everyone. Beware
Beware labels. Don't read labels ever. No. No, dude, I know what you mean, honestly, and it's just like it's so dangerous. And then it gives you a huge excuse to use that to like be lazy and to not live your life. That's my biggest concern. Because then people started fighting on that video too, and they were like, "Well, labels are important. You know, there's no harm in knowing like what you have." I'm like, yeah, but it depends what you use it for. If you're using it to get medication to help you, that's one thing. If you're using it to say, I'm depressed, so I'm not going to go to that party and socialize because I'm depressed, you know? If you use it for an excuse, it's like that's when you run into trouble, you know? And that's
it
not
totally
good.
depends. It
Yeah.
totally depends on the, like this is me saying it. I've read about more and read and listened and spoken about essay more than almost anyone. Like you know what I mean. So I buy into the label massively in a way, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just about not over-identifying. That's what it's about, you know.
Exactly.
Just that's it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that. It's just that problem.
And
You do that. Yeah.
did you want in your channel to like talk to people with social anxiety as well? Like, was that your goal? Like, are you really planning on starting it up again? Because I think you'd be really good at videos. I never got to see any of yours, but I have a feeling you'd be
Yeah.
awesome at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like back then, I wasn't confident enough to talk to people hardly. Like, but yeah, absolutely yours really. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, a little more hardcore. Like, say with your like videos, it's like people go off on more tangents about like non-mental health topics, and that's fine. I can't just be an awkward like a elitist twat and just say only talk about mental health, especially when they're nerds and everything. Like, because they are nerds, aren't they?
Exactly.
So, but
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because like it's just way better, Like I was saying
Yeah, that's it.
before, it's like carrier pigeons, right? Talking to people over YouTube the normal way, sending messages, you know. It's kind of shit.
Yeah, this is the way to do it because this makes people face their fears, especially if they have social anxiety. For some reason, these interviews, like they give me a little anxiety, but like nothing like going up to someone on the street and talking to them. This is like it feels safer. It feels like you're getting your message across without any stress. Like the worst thing that happens, you're like, I'm nervous, I'm gonna shut down the interview. I mean, so what? Doesn't matter. I wouldn't do that, but just to say, but the thing is, a lot of the people I've interviewed so far are not an insult at all. They're not like you. They're a lot more like they get nervous, some of them, so I have to get off that topic and, like you said, transition into something so it's a different vibe. But with you, it's like I feel we could just talk about really deep stuff, the whole conversation, and you wouldn't
Yeah,
freak out. So that's refreshing. It's cool to talk to someone that just like, this is my life. I'm gonna swear as much as I want, and here you go.
yeah, yeah. Like that's what you need to do. People with SA need to learn to like kind of. I don't, I don't want to tar them all with the same brush, but we need to learn to stomach this shit. You
Yeah.
know, like do stuff, and you're gonna feel terrible. You're gonna get some horrible feelings, but like that's it. You don't really have any choice. Like it's that. It's a what do you call it? It's a binary thing. That's what I try
Yeah.
and think of it like, right? Binary. Like you just stay indoors and stuff and whatnot, and don't really. You know what I mean? That's what helps me actually go do it. Absolutely, I mean, researching and stuff. I've been doing that for fucking years without really actually doing, you know, having a paid job, for example. But you know, you gotta do it. So it helps to think of binary like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
stay in, blah blah blah, or just go do it, or that's it.
It's true. You'd actually be really good in this field, I think. Like you seem like you know so much about this. It's awesome. Or at least like, use your knowledge on your channel and really like educate people about this stuff. Because I just go on there and I rant about my own life, but I don't. I'm like, I'm not a professional here. You know your stuff, man. Like I'm impressed. Like that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's
You
good.
know.
It's good. I'm kind of like David Hamilton, that guy I've mentioned. Like, he does the technical side of it, you know, and he's given it a lot of thought, and
Hmm.
read tons about it. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I've read things like, you know, I've read things that like Eckhart Tolle, for example, that's kind of like
Yeah.
philosophy, more like philosophy, existentialism,
Yeah.
and excuse me, it's all kind of linked, you know, like yeah, like do you know who Manish Kumar Giri is? Like a YouTuber.
Yeah, I think so actually. That sounds so familiar. I think I've seen them. Do they comment on other people's videos too? Sometimes.
He does, yeah, yeah. He comments. He's a
Okay, I
small
think.
dude, just an
Yeah,
Indian dude.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen them
like
around.
his English isn't as them. It's just one dude, but yeah, his English isn't as fluent as like you know most English speaking people. But like because he's Indian, that's a good excuse. But yeah, he's got like kind of existential type videos. He's got a few of my videos saved actually. So
Ooh.
he's like my biggest fan basically.
Does he
So
have them
yeah,
like in his favorites or something? Like, are they? Can I access that?
on his hard drive or whatever, on
Oh,
his
okay. I
laptop.
thought he like favorited them on like YouTube or something.
Oops, well, yeah, he's actually downloaded them. Like, so yeah. But I mean, I can make more videos. But there you go.
So you want to do
Uh,
more like interview type, like kind of what I'm doing, just like sit down with someone and be like, let's talk about this and like get it out there and that kind of
yeah,
vibe, right?
yeah. There's no obligation though to talk about that. I mean, one, they can jump out at any moment. You know, not because they've got SA and blah blah blah. But
Hmm.
like you can talk about anything. I appreciate there'll be nerves. I'm happy just to talk. You know, I spend too much time alone for my own good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, but you know, like I will probably try and you know orient it towards SA more than most you know most vloggers would because
Yeah.
why not? Why not? It's about getting over this shit, you know, mental health, blah blah.
Yeah, that's
So
why these interviews like super they help so well. And honestly, like every time I thank him like every single time for this. It was really rude times that got me into this. You know, Sukai, he started the whole Google Plus Hangout thing that I knew, and he invited me to my first Google Hangout with Depression to Expression, and I was so nervous, dude. I was like, I had like I don't know like 30 subs or something, and I'm like, and I'm going on with Depression to Expression. It was like 3,000. I'm like hi everyone. And I'm like, now I feel social anxiety real bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it
I
went
imagine.
it went well and then afterwards I'm like I actually feel better. I'm like, why don't I do this to help other people feel better? And so that's what I started to do. And it's like and this way you interact with your subscribers too. So you're not just a YouTuber that's just like I'm unattainable and you can never talk to me. I like write back to everyone who comments to me, private messages me. I do interviews, I do Google Hangouts. Like I try and stay involved with people so they feel like their story matters because to me it actually does because there's a lot of people out there in this community that have like suicidal thoughts and like they're at the point where they need help, you know?
Yeah,
Scary.
yeah, absolutely. You do help a lot of people because like, well, even if it's not like you know thousands of people, they
No.
you gotta remember they like it can mean a lot to them like it did to me back in the day you know because these can be very isolated people or people that don't talk about they might not be isolated technically but they might say fuck all about their issues to people you know what I mean so it
Exactly.
can be really really helpful like someone like Zach Mason he's probably helped a ridiculous amount of people even though you know he used to feel like an insignificant small kind of person you know like I'm guessing you know
You're assuming.
well, you know, if you don't try stuff, if you're just putting off your whole life, then I think that's a good clue that you don't feel important, you know?
Exactly. No, because when I checked out like some of Zach's old videos, you're like so right. I saw him was like, oh, poor Mr. Mason. He seems so like sad and stuck in his like social anxiety. And now he's the captain. He's like, guys, I'm gonna sail this boat out of here and we're all gonna make it. And I'm like, this guy, like he got me. He was one of the first people. Him, Raw Sammy, and Silence Within Me were the first people I found on here because like they're the first people that's gonna come up when you search for this stuff. They're like bigger YouTubers. So I was like I saw them and I never would have thought. I looked at them and I admired them, and now like I talk to them sometimes, we write to each other, and that's just like mind blowing to me. So I can only imagine if I keep going. I've been on here half a year. If I keep going, like where I could take this, I just hope I don't get to the point where I'm like at 1,000 subscribers and I'm like I can't do this anymore and I delete my account. Like I hope I don't do that. I don't think I will though, but
No, I don't think it probably won't bother you because like they're all people you don't know. Like, do you know what I
yeah,
mean? People that will be doing it are people you don't know. Like you
exactly.
seem to even be okay with people you do know, so
Yeah,
should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, I reckon your channel could get big though. I think like it's growing quickly. Like like David Weston, right? He's got like 50 odd subscribers, right? Which is
yeah.
kind of attractive to be honest. Like because his videos are amazing. They're really good. They're some of
I
the best SA
know.
videos. Yeah, I know, and like 50, it kind of discourages me from making videos. Not, I'll still do it, but it's like damn, you should plug him. You should really plug him, you know?
Yeah, well, to be honest, like he's been on here. I'm gonna guess. I think it's been like, sorry if I'm wrong, David, but I think it's been like 2 or 3 months. So he has not been on here long. So if he keeps it up, like I feel like one of the keys to YouTube is even Silence Within Me told me this to be consistent, and he releases his videos very consistently. The more topics you put out there, the more keywords, the more people will find you, and the more likely your channel will grow. You just need to keep putting it out there. Even my boyfriend was saying that. He's like, just keep putting it out there because there will be topics where people are like, finally someone's talking about it, and they'll jump on, and you get more and more people with different problems, I guess. I know it sounds so depressing, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh, good, you're talking about, daddy issues. I'm gonna I'm gonna listen to your videos now. Like, it's just like I'll find something that really rings true, and I find like David Weston, he has so much like intelligence to him. That's why I interviewed him last, and like I gave him a shout out in the past too. I'll give him another one, man. You're right. He's just like he is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, he really like branches stuff out. Like if when I'm confident, when I'm not too nervous and that, I'd like to do that as well because I've got the knowledge. Like he goes from SA to talking about the universe in like
Yeah.
the blink of an eye, and he knows so much as well. It's impressive. What is he, an
Yeah.
English teacher or something? Is that what he's doing?
Well,
Like,
he's saying I think he wanted to do counseling at first, and he said he might end up being a teacher, but he's not sure. He just kind of quit grad school, and I was like, good for you, man. So, I think he's still deciding exactly where he's gonna go from here, because it's hard to like decide like how far did you take your schooling before searching for a job?
who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I left school at 11. I was agoraphobic. Do you remember me saying I couldn't go
Yeah.
to school?
Okay, so
But
you had stopped it there. Sorry, it was cutting out during that whole time, so I'm trying to follow it. I remember
oh
you
yeah,
saying
yeah,
that
yeah.
part, but
Okay, yeah, yeah. I've got like at my hostel, you could learn the equivalent of GCSEs, which is what people learn when they're 16, basically. Um,
okay.
yeah. So I did that in English and maths. So, but yeah, my education's a bit fucked due to SA. But yeah, like I've done volunteer work. I talk to kids in schools actually. I mentioned SA to like I've done like 40 odd sessions with this thing called about homelessness. Like where like a staff member will come with you and you're the volunteer, right? And you come and you just tell them about your life and how it relates to homelessness, but you include your own issues. And so I say, yeah, I had social anxiety, I was agoraphobic, and I say like
Awesome.
about homelessness, all sorts of problems can cause homelessness, and mine was that, but like all these kids, I guess that would come to like 1,000, maybe like 1,000 odd kids I've told about SA in schools, so that's kind of cool.
That's amazing, dude. That's like, oh, I've been dying to volunteer, and you know why I haven't yet? Because I'm anxious, and so I gotta push myself. Like I would see myself doing more like, suicide hotline and stuff, which will be really, really scary. But I think that is something that I want to do. Some sort of like kids help phone or something like that. So,
Yeah, do you have a
gotta build.
Samaritan? Do
Sorry.
you have Samaritans over there?
Do we have
Samaritans.
Smartons?
Some Samaritans.
Samaritans. I was like, what? I was like, what? You mean people that do good things for others, or is it an
No,
actual
no, you
thing?
don't. No, an actual
Okay.
phone. Okay, I
I was,
guess that's
I was
interesting.
like, I guess there's good Samaritans. I was like, what is that? No, we
Yeah,
don't.
that I've considered. I've considered that too. There's one called Childline as well. I was gonna
Yeah.
do it. I was gonna go for it, but I was too anxious. Because like I can relate to miserable kids. Childline would be a good. Did you mention kids ones, right? I think
Yeah,
you
like a
said that,
kid's
didn't you?
help phone,
That's a
exactly.
good. That's a good way in if you're less nervous around kids. I am,
You're right.
because
Yeah.
they're stupid. No offense, children, but they don't know that much. So
The quote of the interview right there.
yeah,
No, I know what you mean. Like that's it. You have to ease into it. But this is the thing that bothers me so much about the mental health care field because it's like, okay, first of all, let's say you have someone who's completely mentally stable and who's never had mental illness helping people. Well, they're just going by the book. They don't know how to experience it firsthand. But let's say you have someone who's dealt with mental illness. Most likely, they're still going to have something because I don't think it just goes away. So they're going to have their own instabilities. And also, these professions have some of the highest suicide rates of any other profession, like therapists and everything. It's
is
like,
that
oh
really
my.
true? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Wow, I heard that about doctors. I heard they're the most miserable, according to statistics, the most miserable profession. I know dentists
Yeah.
have the high. So, yeah, dentist isn't really. It's not really a psychological thing, but so it's not really related. But yeah, no. But some people could find it like a good outlet for like for their want to help people. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
definitely try it voluntary. It's not like you're stuck. It's not like you need to study for like 6 years like a psychiatrist does, is it? You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's it. Well, that's it. I'm trying to decide because I might do a counseling job after. I think I would just need to do a master's since I'm studying science now. So, but I'm gonna look into it. I'm finishing my semester and then I'm gonna see. But I want to do something in that field for sure. But it's hard when you're dealing with your own stuff and you're trying to help other people. But sometimes it can also distract you from your own stuff too. So it's like, nah, it's no matter what, any profession is gonna have their difficulties, right? So.
But yeah, I think that is a fact. You say like people, there's the people with issues don't tend to be doing it. Like I
Yeah,
think I think a lot of the people that are doing stuff like that used to have major issues. Now they might have like bits left, but often they can deal. Do you know what I mean? Like
true.
they're not like sending it over to a person or anything, or whinging about their own problems to the patient or anything. So.
No,
But that is a thing. Like I do wonder. I could possibly be good at that, like clinical psychologist myself, maybe something like that.
very good. You should do it, man. When I'm listening to you talk, it's like you can tell. But it's funny because whenever I hear someone going into psychology, I'm always like, so what do you have? Because it's always someone messed up going into psychology, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's how it should be. I just want to throw in before we continue because we have some viewers. Like, if anyone wants to ask Lewis a question on here, like, guys, go ahead, type in the Q&A on Google Plus. I hadn't mentioned this in the video, so if anyone has any questions for a fine guest, feel
How many
free
viewers?
to.
How many viewers we got?
For
Four. Nice.
David Weston
Hey,
had like 11. Then
11.
he, well, you are the mystery guest. If people actually knew who you were, it'd probably be more, but
Yeah, yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding.
know.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Ego. It's all ego.
Yeah, don't worry,
Doesn't
man.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Wait, I want
I
to.
could go on a ramble about ego if you don't stop me. But anyway.
I'll stop you. I'll
Yeah,
stop you.
stop.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Time to ask you another question then.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what's your best coping strategy for social anxiety like right now, since you seem to be doing pretty well, I would say.
Mindfulness is a good one. I know you're aware of that one. Like
Yes.
Eckhart Tolle talks about it. You
Here we go.
just your mind is what is it? Your mind is a sky, and the like birds are kind of like your thoughts. It's all that kind of gibberish, but it's true. And like David Weston talks about it. What is it like? Have you seen his video "I Am Worthless," where he pulls it apart? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
fascinating. Like
he's
like
so good.
you should watch that. Like he says, like what is the self? Firstly, like what is that? What does that even mean? Because there's tons of
Hmm.
different parts to you. Every 7 years your cells are replaced, for example. Like, and then worthless. That he just questions it over and over again. What does it mean to be worth something? Like, he says your body, your mind. If you can move your arms or something, you've got some worth. Like, what did he say? I mean, I'm just repeating his video. Pretty much exactly. No, but that's the thing. He said things like straight out of my brain anyway. Like,
That's awesome.
just a little more coherent, I'd say. But like if you're quadriplegic or something like that, like, and you got no family and stuff like that, yeah. Are you still not worth anything? Like, then why are the doctors looking after you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, like really deep, like,
yeah, like that's the way I see it, because it's just
yeah.
like it's that's just the truth, Like, it might sound like kind of very very kind of gibberish to a lot of people, but it's just the truth, Like, there is no like coherent self. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's you just lost. Just that's it. You know what I mean? So I think about that a lot.
Yeah, the way he expresses it is just like he just puts a whole different spin on things that makes you kind of feel like, why am I so worried about what I have? It's like, you know what I mean? If you look at the bigger picture of everything, it's like, what does any of that matter? Why not just try and make the best out of life and like stop stressing so much about feeling anxious around people? It's like, if that's the worst thing that's going on, like,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. There's that element. There's also the element, like, you can't even say a sentence without him pulling it apart and questioning every single word. Like, I love that. Honestly, he's great. Hello, David. I'm gay for David. Hi.
okay, that's now the quote of the interview changed.
Yeah, yeah. I've been
So wait,
I've been told.
we've got children are stupid, and we've got I'm gay for David Weston. These are your two quotes of the interview. I should just call it that. That should be the title of the interview. But that would be bad because too many people would click on it, and then yeah, we won't do that today. But
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. They will. For the
so
wrong reason.
we'll keep it a mystery vlogger for now. I wanted to ask then. I also find similarly to Mr. Weston. I find that A Clockwork Cranberry is kind of has the same philosophical thing going to him. Do you also like him and agree with his points? Like
Yeah,
you've watched it
absolutely.
too? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he's a lot like me, that guy. Like, a lot
Yes.
like me.
Yes.
Like, I've messaged him on Facebook and stuff before a little bit. Like, he doesn't take part in Facebook groups, like you don't. But yeah, he's
I don't
good.
even know about these Facebook groups. What are they exactly?
Well, my favorite one's called New Avoidant Personality Disorder Group. It's basically about SA, avoidant personality disorder. It's the same thing, I think.
Okay.
Very, very similar. There's like 400, 500 members, and it's like they really know their stuff. They really do. And considering like how many members there are, it's a really tight knit community as well. Like, there used to be an old one, like the name kind of is a giveaway, and it had like, I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 members. So it's actually quite active. The members are actually active.
I
It's
should check
great.
that out then. I never thought to go through I'm part of some Google Plus groups, but I never thought of going through the YouTube one, so it's good to know actually. I mean the Facebook one.
Right, but yeah. See, I got into it because of Zach, like, because he made a group. I don't know if you realize, he said about on the videos, he said like he's made a group, but then the members quietened down eventually, and
Mm.
but then I've found these other groups that are bigger, and well, at least one of these groups I think is really good.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm in like, fucking 50 groups about depression and social anxiety and stuff. Like,
Wow.
it's like, what's wrong with me? I could just sit on Facebook and it would just be a constant stream almost. It's like, Jesus Christ, I need to start branching out and get a job and stuff. Like,
Well, if you are so interested in it, though, this could be your job. You do realize that this you could make a living off of this, and I have no doubt if you did a YouTube channel, it would take off. You interview with David Weston, interview with Jack from Clockwork Cranberry. You're gonna do it, man. You guys have the same viewpoints, work together.
yeah, I mean, it's not about taking off. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get paid that much. Like, if you're talking about that for YouTube, I mean, David
Hmm.
Weston's got like a tiny amount of subscribers. It's like, how many's Clockwork Cranberry got? Like, not many.
He's in the 200s, I think.
Like, yeah, but like, I did think I could call up like some, what is it, the Social Anxiety Institute in the US, and just say, yo, I know my stuff. I've got no degree or anything, but I talk to Dr. Richards, you know. Because if I could get over my essay, I could be a proper good clinical psychologist.
You would be, yeah, you'd be awesome, dude. Just keep at it. Like, do you still do therapy now and then, or is it something that you don't really do anymore?
No, no, not really, no. But like, I told you, online is more like it's better online. People just understand it better online, so
Yeah,
it's kind of better than therapy in a way, you know.
yeah, I agree. Did you get to speak to Joe Kidwell in the community at all?
No, no, I don't think so.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, yeah, I know he is. Yeah, I've not got around to seeing his videos though.
Yeah, well, it's because he deletes half his videos. He's like posted them and then he deletes them. I'm like, stop it. He's like, they're not that good. See, he's another one of those. But I do a lot of hangouts with him, so you should pop into a hangout. He likes like
Oh yeah,
psychoanalyzing, so 'cause he has a psychology degree actually,
yeah,
almost.
I'm aware.
Mhm.
Already, almost. Oh. I saw
Almost.
him in his first video with the mask. Look, wait, like
Yeah.
this.
Exactly. That's Joe Kidwell for you. Cause that's the thing. Like I gave him a chance. Cause so many people at the beginning were like, "Who the heck is that weirdo?" And I was like, "I kind of like him. He seems really smart, really cool." And then we just started chatting all the time. And before I knew it, he's talking to Silence Within me. I'm in a chat with them, and it's just like we're just. I don't know. And sometimes we do podcasts on his channel together, which he probably has deleted. But all to say that, like, he would definitely psychoanalyze you. It would be a good time.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard him. I mean, what did you say? Wasn't there something between him and Silence with Me? Like, not like they didn't fall out, but like they Silence with Me didn't
Yeah,
to him because of what's his name and everything.
yeah,
Am I supposed to
yeah,
say this on the video?
exactly.
You're gonna have to cut this part out.
No, just keep it up, dude. It's fine. I mean, let's just put it this way. Inoue knows what he does in the community. There's no surprises. I don't dislike the guy. I've said that in every single thing. I really don't, but I'm just not gonna have him trolling my channel. That's all. And I think he made a fake account and did it again recently too, but that's okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, he will do that. He'll make fake accounts. Like
Yeah,
it's like that. But yeah, like I think like taking stuff personally, like and not talking with. I don't even know if I to work out. That's really kind of sad. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like not talking to Joe Kidwell because he did an interview with what's his name in No Face. Just
yeah,
I would go with that in particular. You know what I mean? I can understand it. Like Silas Fumi is a principled guy. That's good. That's good. But
yeah,
like it's kind of sad. You know what I mean? It's like I was saying earlier. You know what I mean? It's people in the SA community can be like the acronym SAD, right? It can be a bit sad.
yeah,
Just get caught up in their own little kind of like overprotective stuff. Like my family's like this. Oh, my
yeah.
brother's gonna hate me. Oh, he's gonna hate me when he watches this. But yeah,
Don't stress about it.
but some people can just get so kind of overprotective.
But you know what? I also find a lot of people in this community are very forgiving. I would not be surprised if everyone came around and we're all able to talk, And there's plenty of times, I don't think he has anything against me, because I've written to him a number of times on his videos and he's responded. So I don't know. And Raw Sammy as well, because Raw Sammy I don't know if you've seen all this stuff going on recently with her and her boyfriend tag, and oh my God, what a nightmare. It's been,
What comments on the video?
oh yeah, yeah,
No, no, no. I've watched. I think I might have tried to watch that video and just like, like nah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
do
from
watch the
a,
videos.
yeah.
Some of them I find kind of, I don't know. They just don't catch me well enough. But like, I do watch the videos still. Probably
Yeah,
half of them, or almost of them. But no, I've not seen the controversy. Like, it's just lame. It's lame. It's so lame.
exactly.
Oh, so
That's
lame.
it. That's it. That's it. Cause like I was sorry.
I was just saying, like, I'm not showing off, but I've seen someone get stabbed once. It's like life's too short, like it's like some of these people need a near-death experience or something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's
what
it.
were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say like I'm not gonna get too into it, but I just wanted to say that like I was pretty upset for her on the comments of her video, so I did a response video to her, and she actually thanked me for it, just to basically be like, this girl is over 20,000 subscribers. She's putting her life on the internet. She's showing her boyfriend to you guys. Like, relax. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why, but I felt that's the most controversial I'll get on my channel, you know? And she thanked me personally, so I was like, good. She appreciated it. That's all I wanted to do. I just, like, there's so much needless drama, and I think a lot of people were saying things to her because they were obviously jealous because of her boyfriend. It was just like, oh, you know, just calm down, people.
Oh, what a sad troll. That is like trolls showing how sad and pathetic they are there.
Yeah, it was like a whole troll circus there. But let's see. I want
I'm
to.
not gonna check it out though. I'm not curious to check it out. Honestly, it's just a waste of life.
Yeah. No, I'm happy. I'm happy you don't, because honestly, yeah, exactly. It's not worth it. I try and just do my own videos, watch the people on here I like, and then try and stay out of the drama. So far, so good. I don't think too many people in the community legitimately dislike me that I know of, so I'm doing okay. But anyways, so I figured, Lewis, I'll probably ask you one more question because we've already hit the hour. Like that went so fast. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like this with Johnny as well. I spoke to Johnny on the phone a few times, and it's like where did that hour go? You know what I mean? That's what it's like.
I know, like it's zoomed by, dude. So I figure I'll ask you one more and then we'll cut it off so that people will actually watch it. Because if they see a long video, they're probably not going to watch it. But a lot of people do view these interviews, which is exciting. So hopefully you'll get yourself back out here and encourage you to make some more
Yeah,
videos.
because
So
I did lose my confidence. But anyway, what's your last question?
no problem, man. I just wanted to ask you just as a general thing to end this off. Do you have any goals that you're hoping to accomplish in your next year?
Yeah, get a job. Get a job and start a YouTube channel. Just be more sociable. It's not really good to have just really vague goals, but like talk to people on Skype more, like on Facebook and stuff. Some people have been led to believe I'm this like manic Skype guy who's always Skyping like people in mental health groups on Facebook, yeah, because I go on and on about it, yeah. But it's so good, like, because I've done a bunch of people on, the vloggers. I've talked to a bunch, and it's just really good, like. So I'd like to do more of that and just be more sociable, get a job.
Good. That's a good thing. And I think the YouTube account will probably help not only yourself, but like a lot of people. And Tony Stark says, "What's up?" in the Q&A. Tony
Yeah,
Stark.
what's up?
There's actually David. Do you know David K in the community?
David K.
Yeah.
No, no.
He's only done
What's
a couple of videos, so he doesn't have like tons of videos, but anyways, he's someone who has been following me for a while, so hi David K.
right? Yeah, I might check him out. Actually, I'm not as obsessive about YouTube anymore. Like now, I'm obsessed with Facebook. There you go.
I'm totally
I'm so
obsessed with
obsessive.
YouTube.
Oh, I'm so obsessive. Oh, anyway, see, I was gonna try and have questions for you, by the way,
Really?
because I wanna. Well, actually, I'll be honest, not for you specifically, right? I was gonna have like, because you had like 40 questions once, right? And like
Yeah.
25 questions, and just make them for everyone I interview, yeah. Like, because I remember you picked out the numbers, you had someone do a random number, yeah.
Yeah, good
40,
memory.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and I could do something like that because it works. Like
Yeah.
that's a good format because honestly, I'm not that great at asking questions when I'm like a bit essay doing a video, but like obviously having stuff to hand is really good. Little
Yeah.
prompts, not even necessarily long questions. You know what I mean? Just prompts.
Well, that's it, dude. Because honestly, like, I wrote down, I'll be honest for you, I put down like 20 questions, and it's a good interview when you literally ask just like a handful of them. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh God, what am I gonna ask next? This one was just, it flowed like super well. I'm just wondering, do you want me to say like where people could reach you? Like, do you want anyone? Because for sure, people on my channel are gonna watch this, so if they want to like do an interview with you or something, do you want to plug that or do you want to like wait for a bit? Like it's totally up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the community. I'm, I've not made it, but I'm gonna make it tonight. Promise. So that'll be my YouTube name, and like message me on that, and I'll give you my Facebook. I don't know if you like your real name isn't Emerald, right? Like
Nope.
I don't know how you feel about putting your full name out there to everyone in the videos, you know. like I'm a little bit wary about that because I'm such a paranoid. You see, I'm doing exactly what I was talking about earlier, being too cautious.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
my name's Lewis Feny Feeney, so can put that into Facebook and message me. Uh, wait, that was dumb. That was kind of dumb. Or no, message Sasquatch.
I know Sasquatch.
Yeah, message SAS space QUATCH.
All right, man.
Everyone, I think I'm droning on a bit too long here though.
No, so what you're gonna do is like just send me your like when you do make your official new YouTube account or whatever, like send me the info and then I'll get people to go over there and contact you. Like I'll do a shout out to you too, because I would love to see some interviews going on your channel. So just keep me posted on that, all right?
Yeah, we'll do, we'll do. I'll advertise. You know
Awesome.
what you should do? You should advertise it on Facebook groups as well.
I
Like,
know, I'm so bad with Facebook. Ugh.
I don't know. I don't know about sound like your agent here, but I could just like I'll post this on one group at least, and that'll
Okay.
get some subscribers. Like
Yeah,
some
for
people
sure.
mentioned, I've mentioned a lot of YouTubers on Facebook groups, like including yourself.
Oh yeah?
Like, yeah, like seriously, yeah. I've got a massive list of resources, including YouTubers. But oh, you know what? I think we need to end the video, or I'm gonna wet myself. Because yeah, seriously, I drank too much of this fruit juice.
Yeah, what is
And
that stuff? It looks pretty good. What flavor is it?
some, I don't know. I was looking earlier. I couldn't see the flavor. Was it? It
It's
says.
always good.
Oh, it's just chemical bullshit. It's like acid, orange, banana, or it don't taste very real. It don't taste real.
Dude, I hope you'll have me on your channel when you make it to interview because this was a lot of fun, I have to say.
Yeah. Alright.
All right, man.
Glad it's
Well,
about to explode. Help me.
girl, you can go to the washroom then. I'll relieve you to go and go to your washroom there. But thank you for joining me today, Lewis.
Right. Bye bye.
All right, peace out, man.
Bye.
Bye.